How many reasons can you see to justify a trade in this zone here? Holy moly, there's a lot of them. You got a Foggenbaum right there, 2.618, but we're either going to play at this 2.618, which means that we should bounce right back up to this 100%, which would be a bounce back into the moving average resistance, would be a bounce back into the trend line resistance. Also notice too, we've got the first stop target, 38.2s, off of this original topping pattern, the head and shoulders top up here. The parking garage, 1.618 down to 200%. That's also in this area. Man, this is just a huge level of levels. And then also we had this original horizontal support and resistance. As well, this is the daily chart, so you can see we have also a daily bearish moving average cross. So interesting, in this scenario we have a weekly bullish moving average cross, but a daily bearish moving average cross. And same sort of principle here. On the moving average cross, we probably should get some sort of check of that bearish reading. And I think that's what's going to happen through the next, few days here, unless we just absolutely puke out here. I don't know. I mean, maybe that can happen. We'll see. It is interesting that we're now below this trend line, going back off of this original market structure bottom. Boom, boom. That trend line was very significant there the other day. And you can see we're heading into that congressional hearing tomorrow. I think it's Senate. This is a 3-bar fractal. Somebody was asking about fractals yesterday, and what is you could argue that that's actually a little head and shoulders unto itself, but a 3-bar fractal nonetheless. So if we go through today's low anytime tomorrow, then look out below. And actually this makes sense, because if that hearing goes poorly tomorrow, or there's more FUD about Binance and their stable coins and all that kind of stuff, if we lose this low tomorrow, and this is of course assuming that this low holds for the rest of today, I don't know whether it's going to or not. We go down to like a lower time frame chart. Yeah, you can see they're trying to put in a double bottom right now off of that low. If we go through that low, then it means whatever this consolidation bottom is, it failed. But, this is a fascinating level, right? You got a Foggenbaum right there, 2.618. Theoretically, we're either going to play at this 2.618, which means that we should bounce right back up to this 100%, which would be a bounce back into the moving average resistance, would be a bounce back into the trend line resistance, which would make sense. Also notice too, we've got the first stop target, 38.2s. Also notice too, off of this original topping pattern, the head and shoulders top up here, the parking garage, 1.618 down to 200%. That's also in this area. Man, this is just a huge level of levels. And then also we had this original horizontal support and resistance level that I think I remember Paul in the Wednesday shows, he was interested in that level. That's what I call a level. That's why I put the tweet out yesterday. Holy levels, Batman. Unfortunately, this is almost like, the tide is turning. We're heading out now. If we go back to that weekly chart, you can see that the weekly moving averages are sitting down here right around 20,000, or basically the big fat round number. That is this level here, big fat round number. And notice that's 50%. That is the low of that most recent level. And there's a big Foggenbaum floating out there. And you could actually argue that the uptrend line, the actual sort of, because remember, we lost this uptrend line. So the next one that's sort of in play, I mean, I suppose we could also draw one going from here to here, but that'll come in later on. The next sort of uptrend line of significance, I think, is this one, and that's also down in this area. So you can kind of see we're kind of on pins and needles right here. This is a little dangerous, where we could very easily A, B, C, D our way down below. I have no idea how this is going to play out. I mean, does anybody? Not really. I suppose if you're playing this on the short term, well, there is an interesting little double bottom that's trying to come in. But if we lose this dotted line, these lows here, then don't be surprised. I mean, we've got this big old fat M within an M just staring you right in the face. So the inertia is definitely to the downside. If anything, this is not the time to be a hero.